The last time Idaho lawmakers took bold action on the affordable housing crisis was in the early 90s when they voted to create an Idaho Housing Trust Fund designed to help low-income Idahoans find safe, affordable housing. And as we previously told you, since then, not a dime was put into it. And few laws have passed in the State House regarding the housing crisis. But as we've now exclusively learned, that could soon change. Legislators introduced two bills that would add protections for tenants. 6 on Your Side's housing crisis reporter Madeline White joins us in studio with much more.
Last week, I told you about how when it comes to holding landlords and property managers accountable, city officials say their hands are often tied, despite how often they are hearing stories about Idahoans falling into homelessness for the first time. But new bills introduced today aim to prevent renters from facing that crisis.
We have to bring it in the state level because currently state law bans any city from addressing it.
Democratic Representative Alana Rubel says a new bill she introduced today was inspired by a local single mom who worked a couple jobs to feed her family but faced a crisis when she had this happen to her.
The apartment complex owner came to them right before the expiration of their lease, I think less than 2 weeks before their lease was up, 10 days or something, and said, we're going to raise your rent from $600 a month to $950 a month, and if you're not willing to re-up for a year at that, we'll let you stay on month to month at $2,000 a month.
That's why Rubel, alongside Republican Representative Jerome Wagner from Caldwell, introduced a fair warning bill Friday morning addressing this very issue.
We can't even find a moving company on that short notice, much less a place to move into.
The bill would make it so that if a landlord is going to raise your rent more than 10%, they would need to give you at least 45 days warning. Currently, the law is 15 days notice.
I generally believe in free markets, but I think this is not a free market when somebody is really over a barrel and is in a situation of extreme duress where they have no opportunity to evaluate competitive market alternatives.
It's no secret rents are rising in Boise, and the numbers show it. According to recent data from Zumper, the average rental price for a 2-bedroom apartment in Boise rose 9% in the prior year. But the issue Rubel and Wagner's bill aims to address is a tenant's ability to find another place to live if priced out. St. Alphonsus, AARP, and the city of Boise's R-Path Home support this bill. Stephanie Day is a part of that collection of stakeholders.
If your rent goes up $300 a month, it's not like you can just find another unit that's at the same amount that your former rent payment was.
And that supply and demand issue shows in our vacancy rates. A vacancy rate is the ratio of available unrented units versus the total number of units in a county.
A healthy vacancy rate should be between 5 and 8% probably.
Recent data findings show at the end of 2019, Ada County had a rental unit vacancy rate of 1.5%. while Canyon County had a vacancy rate of 2.5%. The national average for that same quarter was 6.5%.
Which basically just means that all of the housing that's out there is full. So it's just extremely hard to find housing, and when units do come available, there's a lot of competition for them.
Rubel says they'll be doing a public hearing on this soon. No date is set yet, but that hearing will be open to anyone who wishes to take the microphone and share their story. Another bill by Representative Melissa Wintrow was also introduced in the State House today, one that requires landlords to provide itemized expense reports on what money is withheld from your security deposit and why. I'll keep you updated on the progress of both of these bills. Neither of these bills would put any dollars into that Idaho Housing Trust Fund, but if passed, Rubel says it could be a start in that direction. Live in studio, Madeline White, 6 on Your Side.